I'm going to read the following consent.
Mm-hmm.
The purpose of this consent is to video record will be grant permission for a live taping of an actual interview. Any discussion topics will be offered voluntarily and will be held in strict confidentiality by the student partners and their instructor. The information will be recorded and submitted for review. Feedback will be offered from the instructor relating specific references made during the recording. If this material is to be used as a part of an open course instruction, any names or identifying information will be changed to protect the anonymity of the student in the recording. Do you agree to be?
Yes, I give consent and I understand.
Hi, Kevin. Nice
Hi,
to
good
meet you.
evening.
How was your drive here today?
It was, a bit of evening traffic, but I got here.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a plus.
So you already consented to the video being recorded and
Mm-hmm.
for the interview. Though everything will stay confidential between us unless do have to report, unfortunately, if you plan to hurt yourself or anybody else. Besides that, everything stays in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You agree to that?
Yep.
Okay. And what would bring you here today?
Just here to talk, refresh my mind, I guess, get things off my chest, have
Okay.
this as a safe space, so I think that maybe I can just talk without being judged.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
So I'm basically here, I migrated here 2 years now. So it has been a bit, different culture, having to adapt to everything, stuff like
Right.
that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm from Jamaica, so
Yes, I was going to
everything
say, where are you from? What's it like
in Jamaica, it's a bit different accent. If I speak here, sometimes I have to repeat myself, like sometimes persons don't understand the accent, stuff like that. So
Okay.
it's a bit of a challenge transitioning into a different culture. Everything is different, the way of life, everything.
Right.
So that's a bit of a challenge.
So I'm hearing that you don't like the um, different language barriers.
It's not
It's more like an accent barrier,
not
and so
really not liking it, but the challenges that it comes with trying to communicate. Sometimes it tends to lead that you just want to, maybe stay quiet. Because whenever you feel like you open your mouth to say something, then maybe somebody will not understand or you'll be judged. So stuff like that.
well, that's good that you come to a non-judgmental place and safe
Hmm.
place and we will come up with some ideas of how to maybe work that. Maybe do you have any? You said you're new to the country. What kind of things do you do around here? Like, do you go to school? Do you work?
Yes, here in this country, so I'm currently enrolled in college full time. I was working at a vineyard. Now I just do deliveries to
Oh, nice.
tie in with the schedule because I can only work like 3 days out of the
And where
week
was the vineyard?
in Benmar,
Okay.
Benmar Winery. Ever been there? No?
No.
It's a nice city.
Any wines you would recommend from there? Red,
Uh,
white?
I haven't drank any of the wine
Okay.
over there. I was mostly out in the vineyard.
Oh, actually, like
We're not in the
you were picking like the
actual,
grapes and stuff?
yeah, not actually so the pruning, planting posts, running the wire, cutting the grass, stuff like that.
That sounds like a
We
very
had
fun job.
other persons in the tasting room. But as I said, it's basically transitioning from one culture to a next, and then like things, you're leaving from one culture, so your beliefs and norms, everything are different. We're coming to a next culture. There are things here that you'll have to accept whether or not you like it. Now the
Okay.
thing is, like for me in Jamaica, is like we walk around with a straight face. When you come here, everybody is smiling. So sometimes I feel like you don't get the right reaction from a person. So somebody might be in their head saying that, hey, I don't like this guy. But everybody is like a fake facial expression, but it has a different meaning. So
So like in Jamaica, the smiles and stuff are like more
not
genuine, or you don't?
like a person will pass you on the road and they won't say hi unless they know you.
Oh,
But here it's
very
like
quiet.
everybody is friendly, So sometimes you might read people different. But in Jamaica, persons will let you know that, listen, this is how I am. Meanwhile, here you might have somebody being somebody that they're not, and you might not know
I
it.
understand.
My other problem is I had these neighbors, African American, and I just think that they're different the way they operate.
Was there
In my culture, it's like being Jamaican is different, the things we do, we get up clean, stuff like that. But these people are like worse.
and how are they?
They're just always smoking, drinking, leave the rubbish there. Like, it's
Oh,
just
so I'm getting the sense that there's a party going on there at their house all the time, or doing
no party, but that's just
just the
how
people
they
in the
are.
house.
So it's kind of like, coming from a different culture, as I said, you're gonna come here and then they're like things that you don't expect to come and find, but then you have to just live with it. So these are a little bit of problems. Otherwise, some that my main problem is right now is like I am like the youngest in my family, but everybody is looking up to me. So anything of that sort.
And how old are your sisters?
Um, I'm not quite certain, but all of them are over 30.
Over 30? Would you say if they're probably no later than 40? Are they
Maybe
kind of
one is
close?
like 40 this year,
Okay.
like 38, and then maybe 34.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere along that line.
Okay.
Otherwise, that I think, what other issue? No, since I've maturing, it's like I have an issue with learning to forgive. Not really forgiving people, but like if you come across to me as a person that is shady,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard for me to correspond with you. Once my mind checks out, like this person is bad, that's it. There's no coming back from it. If we were close like this and my mind checks out, then that's it. No matter how I try to say, give this person a second chance or give them the benefit of the doubt, it just never.
So I'm getting the fact that you're a one chance guy.
Something of that sort. So it's
Sounds
hard
like
for me.
you're protective of yourself.
Well, when I was younger, maybe I was, but as I said, the more you get old, then the more you find that there's things that, I will accept this, but this is
Unacceptable to you now.
and it's a definite no.
So you possibly have learned new boundaries as
New
you've aged.
boundaries. And
Okay.
also saying no. But then the no's were sometimes you feel like you have to say no with an explanation. But only you start to realize that, listen, you don't owe anybody anything. A no is a no.
Okay. Okay. I get that. So you don't want to, it sounds like possibly you could be wanting to protect yourself from somebody using you or wanting something from you and not you being able to get gratification. It sounds like you like to help people, and when you know that you're going to get some kind of gratification from helping somebody and not just feel used.
Feel used, exactly. But that's some of the problems. that I'm facing right now. Otherwise, that it's just the culture, transitioning, trying to get a degree,
And you
transition
said you're
into a
married,
job. Yeah,
and is your wife from Jamaica?
yes, she is. But she was here before me. She has been here about 9 years now.
Okay.
I'm only doing 2. Back when I was in Jamaica, I would travel, like, come and visit. I was in the army, so I could only get like a month every year. So I'd come for like a month and then go back home.
So what brought your wife to the States?
Her mother migrated. Her sister migrated first. Her
Okay.
dad sent for her, then she filed for her mother, and then everybody keeps coming and coming. So it's a whole cycle.
I was gonna say, is there any more family members that are supposed to come, or
Not yet.
not yet?
Yeah, maybe in the future.
Now, have you ever thought, do your sisters look, you were talking about your sisters, do they, when you say you're responsible for them, do you get the feeling that maybe they want you to help them get to the United States?
Well, not necessarily, but like any issue back home, like,
They want you to come back home
no,
to
not come back financially,
finance. Okay.
support. Like if there's a problem, somebody needs to pay a doctor bill, and then why I'm the person. Like if it's really that bad,
Okay.
I'm the one. Because I am the first one that I think maybe I broke the family curse. Leaving school, getting a job, then I start having a little business, a little money. So I think everybody looks at me like, hey, this guy's rich.
Aww.
But
But you don't feel rich in that way.
no. And that's the thing too, like I'm
You're
trying
rich
to
with
help.
knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to help myself.
Right.
But you can't help someone else without you being in a position. Well, you can help, but at the level that I am talking, sometimes you think you're helping yourself down.
Right.
Now, if you get in a position that you can't help, then everybody suffers, right?
Right.
So sometimes it's kind of a little burdensome.
Mm-hmm. I totally, that sometimes can be a heavy weight to hold.
And then
I get that.
sometimes I think communication, think that I avoid communication. Sometimes you communicate, then problems come up. Avoiding communication, sometimes you avoid the problems.
I hear you on that one. So, what do you like to with the what do you like to do that would help you take your mind off of your neighbors or the stuff
Currently,
back at home?
oh, I'm a chef, that I've mentioned, but most of the time I'm just cooking. Sometimes I make videos, post them.
As I said, we're getting it's time to wrap up. So I'm going to recap our session. You said that you're from Jamaica and
Hmm.
you're the youngest, and that you have 3 older sisters. That you were saying you are a little stressed about feeling sometimes you have to be in charge of them, especially when it comes to being financial. Um, you said you were from the Army, but you didn't tell me how long you were in the Army. So would you like to quickly expand on that?
Yes, so I spent 8 years in the army, right? So the first 4 years I worked as an infantier. So we're out patrolling, assisting the police in carrying out searches, stuff like that. Then after that 4 years, I enrolled in a chef course. So I spent 1 year only school doing culinary arts. After that, I transitioned into the kitchen, and there I served the rest of the contract in the kitchen cooking.
Uh, so that actually ties into your hobby of why you like cooking. So
Hmm.
with the stresses you've been having, my suggestion to you would be use your cooking and your joy of cooking to help use it as a stress reliever. And then I also see that you mentioned that you worked at a winery, which and doing the picking and the planting and pruning and all that. So
Hmm.
what that tells me about you is you are a person that has a thirst for knowledge, especially the fact you're also back in school now.
So I'm just basically, trying to develop my skills, develop myself as an individual, and just aim for the sky and see where that takes me.
Okay. Well, I hope you were able to get some stuff off your chest today. And we will pick up where we left off on the next session.
Okay, so thank you.
Thank
It
you.
was refreshing being here. Thank you.